Welcome back to the Champaign Papis Podcast. Once again, I'm Joe Longo.
I'm Marco Guzman, and that was an exciting way to start off this video. But you know what else was exciting?
What was that, Marco?
The first week of fucking NFL football.
An exciting week, absolutely. We saw some of the best games we've seen in a long time. A lot more energy this week. We kind of know what we're doing.
Honestly, I think that was the best first week of football I've seen in recent history. I can't remember another opening week that was that good.
You know what? I will say week one usually has that like craziness factor in some of the games. You usually get like some crazy plays out of week one, but for that many games to be as crazy as it was,
that was.
You start off with Tampa Bay and Dallas, right? You talk about this quarterback battle, nice little dribble. You got on there.
I dropped it on.
We got it on camera. We got it on footage.
We didn't.
But we did though.
All right, but anyways, that first game with the Bucs and the Cowboys
was
fucking insane. Obviously, the Cowboys went up late. But they gave Tom Brady too much time.
Too much time.
Tampa Bay, baby.
He's done it too many times for me to even be worried. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. Yeah. That just made me solidify, like, yep, guys, still the GOAT.
Yeah, honestly, like,
still the GOAT.
If you say you don't like Tom Brady or that you don't think he's a GOAT, it's okay to not. Maybe people don't like him. That's fair. But you can't say that he's not the GOAT. Like, I think that's more undisputable than, like, people would, like, compare, like, MJ LeBron.
Yeah, because the thing is with MJ and LeBron is you have two viable guys for GOATs. Yeah. With Brady, there is no Brady, and it's Brady now.
Who else has 7 rings in the NFL?
No one.
He has more than franchises.
He has more than Jordan.
Yeah. So he is the GOAT. So that was a good way to fucking start the week off. Right. I know that Monday night was insane. And then the weekend was even more crazy.
You know, you start off Sunday with some wild games. That San Francisco-Detroit game. I thought it was the ass-whooping of the year to start the year. I was like, okay, San Fran.
Yeah, and they were up big.
Jared Goff comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What a guy. That came down to the wire. San Fran pulled out. One of my favorite games of the week was that Cincy-Minnesota game.
That was crazy. I did not expect Cincy to win, but shout out Joe Burrow.
Shout out Joe Burrow.
Shout out Jamar Chase.
Shout out Jamar Chase. Welcome to the starting lineup, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people were doubting him early.
They were.
But he showed out. He showed up and he showed out. So
he can catch a ball. He can catch a ball.
Yeah. He had 2 tutties?
I believe just one, but he had about 100 yards too.
Yeah,
so he was chilling.
He did good, man. He was.
We were just talking about this right before. We're just going to run through all the games, kind of give our opinion on it. We were watching Red Zone together. Mm-hmm. The reason why the Minnesota Bengals game I loved is because Packers fan, Bears fan, watching a division guy lose, especially to the Bengals, not usually one of the best teams. It's a great feeling, and it was a great game. That overtime was wild. But
it was a great game.
Pittsburgh Buffalo, to me, not a lot of pop in the game. There wasn't that much.
Yeah, fuck that game,
Defensive.
Fuck that game.
If you don't see it on Red Zone too much, it really wasn't that good of a game.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, if it's not on Red Zone because it's not like in the rotation. Oh, they're not in the Red Zone. Then not much was going on.
Seattle, Indy, another quiet one.
Yeah,
had some good plays. You had DK, so you paid a little bit more attention to it.
Russell Wilson did his thing. I mean, he led the team, and they honestly could have blew out the Colts by even more. I think they kind of just let go of the gas a little bit by the end because they were big chilling.
So let me ask, do you think Carson Wentz is a good answer there? Seattle's a good team.
I think better than Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
Yes, I think he's a better option than Phillip Rivers. I think Carson Wentz can still be a game manager. I'm not saying he's going to be that one season with the Philadelphia Eagles where he went insane. He almost won MVP. That's the year they won the Super Bowl.
Yep. Big Dick Nick.
But I don't think he's going to be great, but good enough for the Colts to be a respectable team.
I get you.
So,
on to the next game, another quieter one compared to those first two. You have
Justin
Denver.
Herbert.
Which one are you looking at?
Oh, which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at Denver, New York Giants.
Ah, shit.
Wait, the Chargers one's not even on here. Why am I on Yahoo? Hold up.
Why are you on Yahoo?
Not a Yahoo.
We're ESPN guys.
We are not a Yahoo.
We're ESPN guys. I was looking at Chargers Washington.
Okay, so you know what? Let's go over Chargers Washington. I paid a lot of attention to that game. I had Mike Williams on my bench. Did great. The one thing about Mike Williams, I understand that his numbers aren't always going to be replicable, but the amount of targets, he had 9 targets. It's a lot better than he's done in previous seasons.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to do shit.
Right.
And I mean, I remember you were telling me like Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know what? I can't deny it. I mean, he's doing his thing.
The night before, or the Saturday night, I almost tried trading him to Miguel for Marquise Brown. Marquise had himself a night.
Had himself a night too.
So
that would
have been a wild trade.
I would have Hollywood Brown. I would have Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. Well, Miguel said no. He had Hollywood Brown. But Eckler too. Couple good touches. He's easing back into it, so I'm not too worried about him. Washington's a good run defense, but. Quieter game. Shout out to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Hope he gets better. That's one of my dogs.
I forgot he got injured, man.
He's been on my fantasy teams here and there. He's just a guy that everybody roots for. So
I wish I could grow a beard. I don't know if I'd have a nice big one like him, but I do want a full beard.
I'm on the way.
Full beard.
Texans, Jaguars, the two shittiest teams probably in the NFL.
Yeah.
Actually turned out to be a high-scoring affair. Your boy Trevor Lawrence, 3 picks, but he did get a touchdown.
He got 2.
What are your thoughts on that? He had 2 touchdowns? Oh, yes, he did.
He did. Yeah, he did. So, I mean, he did his thing. Actually, I'm reading right here. He had 3 touchdowns. So, he had 3 and 3. So, I guess it's a pretty good first game. Like, obviously, you don't want to throw 3 picks in your first game.
Against Houston?
Yeah, but it is his first time, like,
it's true.
Leading it. That's his first regular season loss ever. From high school until now, he hasn't lost. So that's pretty insane.
We have to get his Pop Warner coaches on the line and see if he lost back then.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I think when football really starts to...
No, when it counts, yeah. But that's what I'm saying is I want to see how long the streak really was. Because, like, he's so good. He was probably winning.
What if he was this good when he was, like, 5? He's just flinging the ball.
That's what I'm saying. What if he dead-ass never lost until he got to, like, the playoffs in high school?
Man, that'd be insane. But, yeah, shout out to Trevor Lawrence. I mean, obviously, not a bad first start, but... things you could improve on.
One thing I'll add to that game, Tyrod Taylor, I don't know what they put in his lung when he was in the Chargers and they stabbed him, but they made that boy go crazy. He looked like Deshaun Watson out there, so shout out to him. I love when shitty teams, or shitty teams that people think they're going to be shitty, essentially, come out and they start balling early and they show that they're a better team. They're probably going to be shitty compared to other teams, but, like, I'm glad they're not one of those teams that just rolls over. People were picking the Jaguars, like, 80% to 20% on the Texans, meaning...
the Jaguars, yeah.
I picked the Jaguars as well, but I was still like, the Texans need a little bit more credit. I'm glad Tyrod showed out. Yeah. But next game.
So, Browns-Chiefs.
Browns-Chiefs. That was a fun one.
Good one, man. For a minute there, I really thought the Browns were going to take it away from them.
Yeah, so when they were up, what was it, like 21-3 or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was like 21-10 or something. It's a big deficit.
The thing that I was worried about with the Chiefs, I obviously know they're the Chiefs, so they can do what they do. But like the Browns have such a good like defense. I thought they were going to win enough possessions to just keep winning field position to beat them. But heart breaks when I say this. Tyreek Hill is unguardable.
Tyreek Hill's unguardable.
And I'm glad he looks happy and healthy, but not me. Olivia Rodrigo said it best. We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah, we will get to that all later. But that was a great game. Like, another good one.
Shout out to Patty. Shout out to that defense, too.
Yeah, they stepped up.
The Chiefs, a lot of the times, they'll give up a lot of points early, and then they'll give Mahomes a chance to come back.
Why wasn't Tyrann Mathieu playing?
I don't know, but I remember...
Because I remember seeing him on the sideline, and I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Next game.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
My bad. I thought you were going right into it. Let's go. Sorry. Eagles, Falcons.
Okay.
Thought it was going to be a lot more high scoring. The Eagles did their part. The Falcons did not. Kyle Pitts gets a couple touches. We were talking about him last week. Jalen Hurts, man of the hour. And Devontae Smith. What do you think about that one? We were talking about Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
So I think more than anything, I was really hyped for Jalen Hurts. Obviously, I'm hyped for Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner, because he did, he won the Heisman Trophy, first NFL game, did his thing. But I'm more proud of Jalen Hurts because I feel like he showed people that he could be an NFL QB.
Yeah, I like that a lot because I think that the guy that we were just talking about not too long ago, Carson Wentz, was kind of in his way for a while there. And when he finally got his chance and started going crazy, like, that made me happy. Jalen Hurts, we always want to see him succeed.
Yeah,
I liked him when he was on the Sooners, when he was in Bama.
When he was with Bama. Yeah, exactly. That's when I became a Jalen Hurts fan, when he was with Bama.
Yeah.
And then it pained me to see him go to the Sooners because obviously Tua. But,
I mean, Tua's a beast, though.
Tua is a dog. He did his thing for Bama.
One game that was a little bit more fantasy implicating than I thought it was. You featured the number 1 running back of the week. You had a wide receiver on a shitty team go crazy, Corey Davis. Jets-Panthers. 16-14. Sam Darnold beats his old team. Yeah. Zach Wilson didn't look the best either, but like Trevor, I believe he went even, or if not 2-1.
I'm not sure.
But another rookie quarterback doesn't get a win. Not too many thoughts on that game.
Zach Wilson had 258, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, 2-1. So right now he's looking like pretty solid.
It's the Jets though.
I mean, it is so he's on the Jets, which is what makes it worse. But it's against the Panthers defense, which isn't the biggest joke. Like you got Jeremy Chin, you got a lot of guys back there that are like. It's still the
Panthers though. Like I understand. I understand what you're trying to say, but I think both these teams are going to be in the bottom third of the league. By the end of the season.
Yeah.
And
shout out Chris McCaffrey for.
Shout out C-Mac though.
Being the number 1 running back of the week on a team that scored 19 points.
Yeah. And he did his thing. I don't think he scored a touchdown, but...
No, but he gets 12 catches and 100 yards in each category, so... Yeah. 30 every week.
Sheesh.
Cardinals-Titans. Shocking one. I want your opinion, then I'll go into it, because I like the Titans, so I'll let you...
I like the Cardinals. Honestly, I was really excited to see that offense. So I was paying very close attention to it because of Chase Edmonds. He's currently one of my running backs.
RB1.
And... I mean, he did okay, but I wanted to see how many touches he was going to get. He got 12 carries, so it's not bad. He's probably going to get a bigger workload, but I also, I don't know. I feel like you have Christian Kirk who put up 24. D-Hop had like...
D-Hop's going to put up 30.
Yeah, D-Hop is D-Hop. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. He had that crazy toe tap in the back of the end zone.
Best receiver in the league.
I think so too. I think D-Hop...
The only one with argument right now is Devontae Adams.
Yes, but he did have a shitty week. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But yeah, D-Hop goes crazy. Christian Kirk goes crazy. Rondale Moore, who I have on my bench, I was keeping an eye on him. Keep an eye on that game for that reason. I like how many targets he got, especially in the red zone. Kyler Murray looks like a fucking beast. But the reason I say I like the Titans, I don't like the Titans as a franchise. I just really like A.J. Brown. And Julio Jones is my favorite receiver ever. So when he went there this offseason, I have some affinity towards him. Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel's a dog.
Vrabel is from the Patriots, so... love for that. It was disappointing to see them do nothing. It was disappointing to see Derrick Henry get like 7 yards.
Yeah, I think a lot of fantasy people were disappointed with that because obviously, Derrick Henry.
Even A.J. Brown only had 18.
Yeah, when I think of Derrick Henry right now, I think of when Marshawn Lynch was with the Seahawks, like how unstoppable and dominant he was. He's just like a power runner.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry's just a bigger version of that.
Bigger, a little faster.
Yeah, a little faster, and I mean, dude's 6'4", 2, whatever he is. Like, man's just a tank.
No, yeah, that's.
So it was disappointing to see him.
I don't know if that means the Cardinals' defense went crazy or if that just means something happened.
I mean, I think they surprised a lot of people. I mean, they have a good defense, man.
They do.
They do have a respectable, above average, good defense.
Speaking about defenses, one of the lowest scoring games of the week, Dolphins-Patriots, 17-16, tight one there in. Were they playing Miami or Foxborough? I think Foxborough. Yeah, Foxborough. So, what are your thoughts on that one? Personally, Patriots fan, I'm a little disappointed, but I liked how Mac Jones looked.
I mean...
All right. So we got cut out there. We were getting a little intense. We were getting into the lowest scoring game of the week, the Patriots and the Dolphins. You were saying it got cut off, so we're just going to skip over your part because it didn't matter too much. You didn't care about the game.
I didn't care about the game.
Nelson on the bench, but I'm the Patriots fan here, so I did care about the game a little bit. I had Myles Gaskin in my starting lineup, but... I like the way Mac Jones looked, especially for the first start.
I was gonna say that was probably the for me the biggest story of that game. Right. Like even bigger than Tua, seeing him because obviously for me the biggest thing he had 39 pass attempts. Mac Jones, that's a significant amount for a rookie, and for Bill Belichick to have that type of trust in him, I think says a lot. I think he's gonna do some good things for the Patriots. I think he's gonna have so far he's on the right track.
Yeah, I like the way Mac Jones looked. That gives me a little bit of hope moving forward, but. Tough loss there, and then we're gonna get into the most fun games of the week, the late ones and the ones that we care about the most. Yeah. So let's talk about the Packers getting smacked up by the Saints.
Man, so this game hurt for 2 reasons. One, I never want to see the Packers lose more than anything. Get blown out.
Yep,
by
big
the Saints.
Time.
When we beat the Saints last year, easily. I mean, we just smacked them up. Obviously, it was a close game, but...
When you beat them, was Aaron Rodgers the QB 35?
No, he wasn't. He was QB1. He was the MVP. He was the MVP of the league. So, it did hurt to see Aaron Rodgers just shit the bed, and I hate to, talk shit about my quarterback, because he's my quarterback on fantasy, too.
And your quarterback in terms of...
But the reason I lost in fantasy was because Aaron Rodgers had 1.32 points.
Which, of course, hurts Devontae Adams' value as well.
So the thing is, that's why... So we'll keep this for the next segment, but Devontae Adams still had 11 points when Aaron Rodgers was shitty. So there's some promise there. But yeah, overall, I had to stop watching the game, man. It was tough to see.
I almost want to cue pieces from last week's segment where you're like, oh, MVP.
Position I have the Aaron Rodgers, the reigning MVP, the 2021-22 season Super Bowl champion.
That's right.
So I have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback position. It's the first game of the season. We'll get back to that.
That's not the best way of coming out, though.
I understand that, but we'll bounce back. Okay. Who are we playing next week? I forgot. We are playing the Lions.
Anybody watching this doesn't care about the Packers.
We're playing the Lions next week, so that's going to be an easy dub. Bounce back week. Get our momentum going again. We'll be fine.
They almost came back against that Niners D.
We'll be fine.
Well, I can't talk too much as a Bears fan. We come out Sunday night. We made it interesting in the first half. Justin Fields has more touchdowns than Andy Dalton and Aaron Rodgers.
Bear down by 20.
Bear down by 20, Packer down by 35.
Hey, but my saying isn't bear down.
This is true. It's go Pack go, which not a lot of people were saying that on Sunday.
Go Pack go.
But like I said, Justin Fields, more touchdowns than Andy Dalton, which makes me, happy but sad at the same time as a Bears fan. Yeah. I want to see Dalton do good because I know he's getting this starting spot as long as he needs it for now. That's going to happen.
Well,
so
I think, honestly, with this first game, and obviously seeing kind of how Andy Dalton and how Justin Fields performed in his limited touches, I think we might see Justin Fields sooner rather than later. Like
I think they're gonna stick to whatever game plan they
have.
have.
I know we said last week. We said last week like they're gonna stay with like 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe you could even see him as soon as like week 4.
I think we're going to see more and more of him each week. I think he's going to get more than 6 snaps. He's going to get 10 or 12, whatever.
So that's why I'm saying
week 6 he'll finally grab the starting.
I think he's going to slowly get into that role, and I think by week 6 for sure he's going to have that starting role.
Because the difference is once Justin Fields starts, Andy Dalton's not touching the field, but they can use Justin Fields as much as they want with Andy Dalton starting.
That is true.
That's
that is a fair point.
So that game was great. The Rams are the real deal. Jalen Ramsey is ridiculous. The broadcasters put a curse on him by talking about him. The broadcasters put a curse on him by talking about Jalen Ramsey and talking about his specific set. While they're talking about him, he made like 2-3 straight plays.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's going to be sickening to see how good that defense goes.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford looked great.
Yeah.
He looked happy.
Fuck yes, man. I'm happy for Matt Stafford because obviously with the Lions he couldn't do shit. And it wasn't his fault that they couldn't do shit. He was a dog, right? He was a dog. And now that he's with the Rams, he has a good-ass defense.
Elite defense.
Top 3 defense. Top 3 defense in the league.
Best one he's ever had by far. He could put up 34 and know that's a guaranteed win.
And besides when he had Megatron on the field, he has probably the best weapons right now on offense. So you have Robert Woods. Forgot who the rest of the players are.
Going to have to talk about Robert Woods in a little bit.
Yeah, we are going to have to talk about Woods. But yeah, the Rams are the real deal. They're legit. They're going to be competing come January, February.
You brought up Aaron Donald, which reminds me I have to bring up. Shout out to Chandler Jones.
Yeah. Oh, we did forget to speak
I know
about
everybody's talking about him, but it deserves to be talked about. 5 sacks in the first week. He's on pace for 85 sacks. So it's like, shout out to that man. But yeah, Aaron Donald looked great. Rams looked great. And Sunday night was fun, even though the Bears got smacked.
Yeah, so that wraps up all the Sunday games, I think.
Then we come to probably the game of the week, potential game of the year candidate.
Honestly, yeah, it could easily be the game of the year. I mean, this game was just back and forth.
Monday night games tend to do that. Okay, before we get into the game, Eli and Peyton, great.
Oh, I love that shit.
I love that.
Love that shit.
I love that.
I loved when Peyton was in like those commercials with what commercial was it?
Nationwide.
I love when he's on the Nationwide. Like he has a good personality for TV.
He does. He's funny.
And now that I like that he's embracing this role.
Funny.
Yes, exactly.
Go.
I love that shit. I hope they keep doing more of that, which they probably will.
Yeah, I think
So that shit was A1.
I think having just all those guests on there with them, it was fun. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you actually paying attention to what they're saying and not just
and it gets people like it gets the energy flowing for when the game starts.
And then when the game starts and you got the energy on the field, how about that? How about that game? I mean, sheesh, that was a good-ass game. Obviously, the Ravens were up 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. Right? So it was a close game. It was a close game going in there, so it could have gone down to the wire. And then, I mean, shout out the Raiders. Shout out John Gruden. Scored a touchdown. Yeah.
Right? Then the Ravens came back. Shout out Lamar Jackson. Up until this point, shout out Lamar Jackson. He came back on the field. They got another the Ravens offense got another touchdown.
Put the pressure back on them.
But then wait, the Raiders came back and got another touchdown. And then with like a few minutes left, Ravens kick a field goal, make it 27-24.
Yeah.
And then shout out the Raiders kicker, man. That was crazy. What was it? A 55-yard field goal? 45 something. It was a long amount. But ice in his veins, for real. Tied it up, sent it to OT. And shit just fucking hit the fan. I don't know what happened.
It got like late in Las Vegas. That's what happened.
But the thing, like, it was weird how the Raiders. First of all, Raiders just scored that field goal. They had all the momentum. Win the coin flip, march down the field. Derek Carr gets picked off.
Yeah, I thought that was like I'm like damn Ravens.
Yes, and it was in the end zone. So I was like damn. I was like, oh yeah, Ravens got this shit for sure. They marched down the field. Lamar Jackson, unfortunately. Fuck, man. Like, that was tough to watch. And I know he was, like, laying on the ground there for a few seconds afterwards. So,
I hated to see that.
Like, he knew. And then they scored a touchdown to win the game. Like, holy shit. I thought they were going to settle for the field goal. Because obviously the field goal wins it. Yeah. And he was just wide open. He marched. We walked. He could have crawled into the end zone.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful game. Beautiful shit that happened. You hate to see the end zone interception because you're like, and then you hate to see Lamar fumble because you're like,
It was just...
So the way it ended was awesome. We love to see that in football.
Love to see it.
And things we don't love to see in football.
I've been trying to find me really well.